Welcome to the sellthatoption.com YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining us here, taking a look at any of our daily recap videos, please feel free to reach out to me at ryan@sellthatoption.com should you have any questions about the process or anything that you're about to view. Now, momentarily, you're going to get to see a dated version of what I send to our members here at sellthatoption.com every single day after the close if we initiate a trade. Okay, and so I send these after the market closes. They're able to take a look at the trades that I make. I talk about why I entered the trade, what I was looking for when I initiated the trade, my profit targets for that trade, and any general market commentary that was important when we were looking at that trade. Now, it's important to note here that these are trades that you can take a look at the night after. You don't have to be chained to your computer all day. See if there's something that you like, and then initiate the trade potentially on the next business day. Okay, and so what we're going to do is here is if you are a member or you're looking at a membership, what you would do is you would come over here, select members, and then you would click daily recap videos. Okay, so let's take a look at exactly what a daily recap video page would look like and how our members would utilize that page. All right, now here we are in our daily recap video page, and so you can see a little bit of education that our members would get to read, and then you just go down here and you click play. Okay, now I've got it set up to where the most recent video is always the first one that shows up. You can see the date, and so what you would do is you would just click play, and then you would be able to see the video. Okay, I don't have any of the other videos set up, but what you can do is you can come to this page right here, and then you can see all of previous videos that we have listed on the site. Okay, without any further information, let's get right into the daily recap video. All right, and good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, December the 13th, 2017, and we're going to go over the trades we filled yesterday and today. And so as you can see down here at the trade history, we did have 4 orders over the last couple of days. I'm really only going to talk in depth about the first 3, our opener in EWZ, our closing trade in EWY, and our closing trade in OIH. The UNG trade that you can see there, it is a trade that, you know, it's not really something that I do very often, but I really like the setup here in UNG, which is natural gas right now. It's just been so beaten down that we'll very quickly look at that chart, but it's not necessarily something that I'm going to really pay a whole lot of attention to. It's kind of a, you know, I'm looking for 100% or so, $500 or so on that trade. But we're really going to talk about our opening in EWZ and our closing trades in EWY and OIH, both of which were straddles for pretty nice profit. Okay, let's get right into EWZ and EWY and OIH. All right, now here we are in EWY. As you remember, we initially took in $4.33 of credit, which is what the pink line represents our break even on the bottom as. Our break even was so far at the top at $80.33 that it's not even showing up on the chart right now, which means we took in a great credit here. We had a really nice shot for this to be a profitable trade. Now, one of the things you'll notice is we do have that solid red line there, and that was our initiated trade. Okay, so we initially open that position on the red lined area, and so we had really a pretty quick trade in all honesty. So we were in and we were out pretty quickly. We did see the security move down to 74, but it rebounded today, and we were able to get out today at that 70. Oh, there we go. There is the other pink line. So those were our break evens, and so we were really able to stay in between those break evens very, very nicely. Never were challenged on this position, and the pop-up right there was really able to allow us to get out of this position for a nice 25% profit. And so great trade, very, very easy trade. And so now we're going to look actually to get back into EWY because implied volatility is elevated. We had an order in today, it just didn't get filled. So we are looking to re-enter EWY for the furthest out weekly contract. And so it is definitely something that we're looking at. So just be aware of that. So this is EWY. This is where we entered the trade, and this is exactly where we got out. So great, easy trade. It really shows why the straddle is so powerful. All right, let's move on to OIH. All right, and here we are in OIH. as you can see here, we do have, we had two positions up until today. In OIH, we had at the two vertical lines, the blue vertical line was the first position we initiated on that date, which was, I believe, the 21st of November. And then on the 1st of December, we added another laddered position, or a second laddered position in OIH for the same expiration, but that is the position that we currently have on because we were being challenged on the call side on the 1st. You can see major volume day, but it has since given back almost all of those gains. So let's take a look and just very quickly review the position that we initiated on the 21st of November. So as you can see, we centered on the 24 strike, which is where the thickest line, the thickest horizontal line is, and we had our break evens $2.16 out on either side, which was the initial credit that we received. So we have this position. It challenged us a little bit on the call side, which is why we added a laddered position. We didn't necessarily do anything with our strikes. We were just going to let it see if it retraced. And today, with a combination of massive implied volatility leaving the security, as well as just time decay doing its thing on this position that we had opened for January, we were able to get out for 25% in profit. As you can see, we were never challenged on the put side, and so it was a really good position. It was really nice to see it really just stay neutral for us, and we were able to get out really early with a nice little profit for us. I believe that the first one was around $200, and I think it was about a $400 day between those two positions that we opened up or closed today. So those were the two positions that we closed, seeing it via the chart and kind of seeing the diagram as well as our initiation date, I think is really nice. And so if you do have any questions about either of these two positions that we closed for a profit, reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to assist. All right, now let's get into the position we opened yesterday, and I'll show you exactly what it was that we were looking at and kind of where our break evens are. And I'm really excited to show you all that position. All right, and here we are in our position in EWZ, which is the Brazilian major ETF. I actually really like this position. It was kind of interesting yesterday because there was a period of time yesterday in which implied volatility was pretty high, and then throughout the day it just eked out, which was really interesting to watch kind of that tape. I initially was interested because implied volatility was elevated, but it's not now, and so we're already kind of up on this position. Okay, now as you can see here, the middle line is where our short strikes are centered. So our short strikes are centered at 39, and then we received $3.27 of credit, so almost a 10% move either way. Now again, this is a major Brazilian ETF. It's kind of like the equivalent of our SPDR, our SPY, or S&P 500 index. And so while there's been some pretty high levels of volatility, I think that you can see from really the last 2 months, it's basically been moving sideways. The security has been moving sideways, so it would not surprise me if we kind of saw that move sideways for a while and really stay between our break evens, which are 42.27 and 35.73, which you can see with the thinner horizontal lines. Our vertical line is over our date, and so as the day moves, that will move as well. Now this is a really good way, I think, for you all to also set up your charts and set up when you initiate some of these positions to see your entry date and to see kind of what's going on with the position. Now, I actually really like this position. I think we have great break evens. You can see that we're actually at a pretty good area of support on the low end. Okay, so if our break even is going to be challenged, I actually don't think it's going to be to the low end. I don't think we'll break that low end because, as you can see, after that major sell-off that it had, once it broke that level of resistance, that resistance is now support right down there at 36, and so I feel really good about the position just from a chart perspective down there. Now on the call side, I could see us getting challenged on the call side, but again, I'm hoping that we just stay sideways. If we do get challenged on the call side, of course I will update that as well. Okay, this is the EWZ position. Let's conclude by looking at UNG. This isn't what I normally trade, and so it's not something that I even alerted today, but if it's something that you might be interested in trading, I will give my thoughts here on natural gas. All right, and our last position is here in UNG. as you can see, I actually am pretty heavy in UNG. As you all know, I naked sold 50 contracts at 6, and so I'm pretty heavy in UNG, and I'm pretty far down on this position right now. But I just don't know how much farther down we're going to see UNG move. And so, so I went ahead and I bought $5 calls for, I think, 47 or 48 cents. And I'm expecting a move back up towards 6. If we do see that move up to 6, and if we get 6 anytime before expiration, then I'm going to double that investment. So I just bought 10 contracts, and so not a super huge position. So, but I am playing it bullish. And so I like the position. I think that nat gas is going to turn around. We are entering a seasonally cold area in which natural gas withdrawals are more than the injections of just supply and demand. And so that's why I got into this UNG position is I think we have likely seen a low, at least for the time being. I mean, we have lost almost 20% in the security in less than 2 weeks, and so I do think we're due for a bounce, which is why I purchased $5, so in the money, and so they do have some intrinsic value to them, some in the money calls, and we're going to see how that position does play out. Okay, well, these were the positions that we either got into or exited for profit over the last 2 days. So we've been pretty active lately, but there's just been a lot of really good opportunities, and we've done really well. This does mark 7 straight trades that we have profited, which I announced today when we took off the OIH straddle. We have had 7 straight winning trades that we've alerted, and so we're on a pretty nice little winning streak right now, and we'll hope for it to continue. Okay, if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, at Sell That Option. Otherwise, as always, stay humble, stay hungry, and here's to our success.